I do this specific thing since 1 year in boxing, and without it, I probably wouldn't be in martial arts because I wouldn't have improved. I got wrecked in sparring, I just stayed in a corner, and I didn't improve. I was pissed because I just got in there every training, did the same mistakes, and didn't learn. And so this one thing will help you. And what is this thing essentially? It is analyzing yourself. And it's not a video, it's nothing that the general advice from Tony Jeffries is going to give you. Oh yeah, watch your videos. That's a great advice, that's good, but it's not what I mean by this, okay? Tony Jeffries, I love you, brother. Not to hurt you, but just how it is, okay? What that is analyzing yourself in your brain. So what that means is after every training session, go home and think, okay, I got hit with an overhand today, like 3 times or 4 times when I wanted to move in. How can I make this better the next time? So what could I do? Possibly if an overhand is coming in, you could now think, if I'm moving in with a jab and I get hit with an overhand too much because maybe my opponent was bigger than me, so he was taller than me and I want to move in, but my opponent countered me with an overhand, okay? That's a mistake that I'm doing. I don't have an answer for this. So I go home and I think, now if I'm moving in, of course I could block. Now I could possibly drill this at home and improve this one thing. What I could also do is I could, move in, move out, counter the counter. That's one thing as well. And so I come up with specific ideas to that scenario. So I come up with this, I come up with this, I come up with this. And all those things are now as well improving my fight IQ, but also now next time in sparring, I have those things. And now I don't get hit with an overhand. And that sounds simple, but no one is doing this. Every guy that I know that is doing martial arts, not every guy, but most people that are lower in skill level, they just go in every training, do the same mistakes, they just do whatever they think. And that is not a good way to approaching fighting, okay? If you want to get to the high level, you need to analyze yourself every time and see the smallest mistake that you're doing, okay? So for example, I did a sparring day on Saturday and I made a few mistakes. One mistake, for example, was that I didn't move in fast enough, okay? That's something that I recognized at myself, okay? I didn't move in fast enough. So what that means is when I wanted to move in with, for example, a feint, I feinted the jab out. That's a good way to moving in. Feinted the jab out, wanted to close distance, and then following up with a 1-2. So jab, follow up with a 1-2. That's one thing that is good for closing distance. Bonus tip here. So jab, 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 and then cross, okay? Jab, jab, cross. That's the combination. And now I did that, but I just did the jab, waited for 3 fucking years, and then got in again. But that's something that you should not do, because then your opponent is recognizing, okay, he didn't hit, I'm now going to hit him. So that's one thing. Another thing that I maybe did was I didn't really commit to those kicks, okay? Sometimes in sparring, I just throw those kicks out lazy, and then, of course, I get countered, etc. You should not throw kicks full blast in sparring to the head of your opponent and then they get knocked out, no. But you should also commit a bit. And maybe I do this then in my fights, and then I didn't commit to my shots, and then I get countered, and they pull my kicks, and I get sweep, etc. So you need to fix your mistakes, okay? Maybe you see next training that you get hit when you throw a liver shot. Now, why could that possibly be? Okay, so sit down and think, okay, I'm throwing the liver shot. What could I do? I could possibly roll my shoulder and then counter the hook that is maybe incoming. Or maybe I'm doing something wrong with the liver shot and I just keep it here for too long, okay? So analyze this every time. And then what I would advise you is just training extra 10 or 20 minutes at home or in the gym. So what that means is taking some time at home and drilling, okay? So get at home and then drill that liver shot, okay? Because maybe you get hit too much, then drill that. Bam, you throw the liver shot out and then you roll the shoulder. You throw the liver shot out, you roll the shoulder. You do that the whole time. You drill that, you get it in your head, and next sparring, you do that, okay? So put in extra work. I'm drilling 1 hour plus to my training, okay? I'm drilling 1 hour every time. I'm analyzing fights as well, but I'm doing martial arts specific things every day for 1 hour, plus my training, okay? I'm doing this every day, and that's how I get better. But again, put in extra work. That's what I would advise you. And so after training, go home. I know you maybe don't want to do it, but just drill for extra 5 minutes and drill whatever mistakes you did wrong and get that in your head. And so make it better. So maybe you got hit with an overhand too much, you pull, bam, you pull, you drill that. You drill that pullback, okay, maybe? So these are ways that you can improve. Drilling and putting in extra work and analyzing your mistakes that you are doing every single day is something that is the best thing you can do as a martial artist, because then You get better every training. You get better every training. Because why should you not get better every training when you're doing this? Because you are seeing what you're doing, you're finding a solution, you're training that solution, now it is in your head, and now you can adapt or use that in sparring. And so you will improve 100%. And so you improve every single training. That's how it is. You don't improve every 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. No, you improve every training because you see things that you are doing again and again and again. Maybe you're plinking too much. That's also something that you maybe can drill. Or maybe you don't move out or something that just, maybe if you're blinking, I made a video about this, so watch this, but if you're blinking, then maybe find solutions for this as well. This is nothing that has something to do with technique, but that's also something that you could maybe improve. But see mistakes that you are doing and improve them. See those mistakes and rigorously improve them every single training. That's how you get better. You need to find a solution for those mistakes and get better. Okay? Do whatever's in your head and then try it next sparring. Okay? That's how it is. Maybe you have problems with closing distance, you find solutions for this, etc., etc. That's how it is. And maybe also for your problems, go on YouTube, search for some solutions. I don't say you need to watch my videos, but go on YouTube, search for your solutions. Maybe search for, I get hit with an overhand too much, what can I do? And then you go on YouTube and you find a video about the specific topic from people that know what they're doing. But also you could do this from your own. I do this most of the time from my own. I just find my own solutions. But what I also sometimes do is I go on YouTube, I watch some videos about a specific topic on maybe how to closing distance, etc. Okay? And so that's how you get better. You need to constantly improve and constantly work on getting better every single day.